Okay. Hello, subscribers, patrons, family, fans, followers, supporters, and generally anybody who happens to stumble across my videos. This is Johnston Blackhorse, and I welcome you to welcome you to another How to Art video live stream digital art tutorial. I guess. Sorry, this video is pretty late in the day. I try to keep to a schedule of doing them about 6 p.m., but right now it's 9:20. And the reason for that is that I've been just sketching away at character designs all day for different projects I'm working on for someone who's wanting to hire me for some music video stuff, and I just kind of got burnt out on these character designs. Just got to get into the proper flow, but I'll take another crack at it sometime tomorrow. But other than that, I've been working on my personal YouTube animation. Here's a storyboard again, which I think I've shown before every now and then. But let's see. Dot, 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 dot. Yeah, here's a storyboard. Here's the first scene, all completed, just drawn out. And oh shoot, I didn't notice that before. Nuts. Hold on, I gotta make an adjustment. I'm glad I looked through this again before calling it done, because the background was showing some transparency. So, yeah, well, now it's complete. And here's the second shot with just animation of the pouring of the coffee. Here, the coffee's being made. I'm turning off the coffee maker and pulling out the coffee decanter. Here, the coffee decanter is pouring coffee, and my hand comes in again and takes the mug of coffee. And I'm gonna do some somewhat of some production work when I compile all this stuff in After Effects. And here's the next shot I'm working on. Well, like all this stuff is turned off, but these are all the parts that I'll be using in order to animate this scene, and I still got a lot of parts to draw out for this animation. And I'm going to be animating them as motion graphics in a way, just to ease the burden of animation, because later on in this shot it's going to be animated a little more frame by frame somewhat, but just because this pose and the coming into the shot is just so simple, I'm just going to animate it somewhat as like a collection of motion graphics. So that's why I'm building my little caricature here as a different, building it in different parts so I can animate the parts in After Effects, just tweening them and everything. So yeah, that's what I've been up to today. And with all that said, before I get started, if you want to support my my art, my videos, I have a Patreon and a GoFundMe account. I also got a few more things, but I still got to set those up. I'm having some issues with that. But yeah, the Patreon and GoFundMe are going to be linked in the description section below. So if you want to support me, just check those out. The Patreon has a lot of free art, so you can go check it out. If you like what you see, you can become a patron, and when you do, you get access to patron-only content, such as full resolution downloads and Photoshop files and After Effects files. So if you're looking to like study on animation and see what it is I do to animate or draw, you can download all those files, pick them apart, and just I guess see the ins and outs of how I do stuff. And if Patreon's not your thing, the GoFundMe's there for those people who um, aren't part of the whole Patreon um, experience. And please do visit my autobiographical blog. There's a lot more free art content there too. So if you like what you see, then just check it out. And but a lot of the uh, full-size downloads of a lot of the imagery you'll see there are available on Patreon when you become a patron. And I'm also a member of DeviantArt, Fur Affinity, and Ink Buddy. So if you want to start following me on any one of those websites, you may do so. I'll talk about it a little bit more later, after I'm done here. So I believe it was in the last tutorial video someone had suggested like drawing socks and shoes, and I figured, you know what, like why don't I just continue with drawing more feet. So I'm gonna just draw a basic foot here, and like in my last video, if you remember, it's somewhat of a off kilter, like a trapezoid shape to begin with, and I'm drawing a foot just like just straight on. So this is like the front view of a foot, and this is the basic shape for it. And remember to keep this diagonal line in mind, because that marks where your ankle ankle bones are, or whatever. Oh shoot! What is going on with my video output? Stream health. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming, as such viewers will experience buffering. Oh, jeez. I'm sorry, you guys. Guess I'll have to, I don't know, like closing some of these windows help. There's really not much more I can do. I was hoping, like, without having the picture within picture, or with my webcam, by not having that, I was hoping that would help, but apparently not. So I guess it's just my internet speed, like I'm hoping to get enough support to where I can afford like faster internet. I think I'm slowly but surely I'm getting there. Anyway, back to this. This part of this bone right here that goes to your. Why am I even trying to remember these bone names? I have such a terrible memory. Man, I don't want to break out the anatomy book again. So I'm just gonna motor on through. Make a few basic shapes for the toeses. Ooh, excuse me. And this is just a pretty generic outline for the foot. Really very basic. Hope my stream isn't suffering all too much. Hope it doesn't lag all too much. I don't know, it might be the bit rate that I adjusted the OBS software. It's like last week I had the bit rate at 1,000 bits per second and did pretty good with that. So I figured, you know what, like why don't I bump it up to 1,500? Yeah, let's do that. I'm wondering if that's the issue I might be having now. Got a little too ballsy, just thinking like, oh, last week the bit rate worked just fine. A little bit, got a little shaky somewhere in the middle and toward the end, but you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and test my luck and adjust the bit rate again, make it a little higher. But yeah, I guess I should have just left the bit rate where it was. I wonder if I can just adjust that really quick and then just jump back into the stream. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So that's I might cut out here for like a couple of seconds, but here we go. All right. So quickly jumped into the OBS software and adjusted the bit rate again, and hopefully that does better. Like I'm hoping. Well, stream was in the green, now it's in the orange, but I guess it's better than what we had going before. We were in the red a little while ago. Okay, so I'm gonna draw a foot from the side view. So I guess you can kind of view it as this type of shape here, like another trapezoid with one end at this angle. I'm not gonna just measure the angles or anything, but this is generally where the foot would be, and then put that ankle bone there. Can't remember what that bone is called. I want to say radius, but I think the radius is in your forearm. Can't remember. Was it the tibia? No. Man, this is gonna bug me. Oh shit, we're buffering. Freaking buffering. Always buffering every now and then. I'm just looking up. I said I wouldn't break up the. Oh yeah. Tibia and fibula. And when I was talking about, did I say radius earlier? Yeah, the radius is in the forearm. All right. Yeah, tibia and fibula. So that bone there, that little joint there, that's connected to the tibia. This one is connected to the fibula. And doing the side view here. So since we're drawing it from the fibula side, just kind of keep that in mind, that's right there. Gonna round out this heel a little bit. Now, I never got too much into like the anatomy of the foot, like the bone structure or muscle structure or anything. I just keep in mind these like little rudimentary give me a second. These rudimentary generalizations of where to like place lines. So, you know, like when you're drawing the arch of the foot, like I don't draw it too high myself. I know like it's, for some people, like their arches are pretty high, but for me, like I'm flat-footed, so I've never really bothered to draw characters with high arched feet because I've been flat-footed pretty much my whole life. So all my characters will tend to have flat feet because that's all I know how to draw because that's all I had to study at hand. And the way I learned to draw a lot of the uh, proportions, feet, hands, and faces that I draw presently, I learned how to draw them from studying my own body. So a lot of the characters I draw will have my characteristics, and I think that's true of any artist's work out there. Like you pick up any artist's um, works, and I believe the characters they draw or the figures they draw, um, the artist's proportions and characteristics are mirrored in their personal works. Now, when drawing the toes, like aside from the big toe, all your toes will have three joints or three bones in them. So I tend to keep that in mind. So there's a joint here, a joint there, and then a joint right here. And then the bones are pretty small, but just got to keep that in mind as you're drawing toes or fingers or finger toes. Oh, and as I was saying, like I think I got a little off track, but with the whole talking about drawing my flat feet is when drawing the arches, sometimes I'll just sketch a little line coming from the back of the this part of the fibula and just bring it down toward the front of the foot, and that little guideline will give me a little indication of where that arch will be. And then when I have that, I'll just kind of bring it down to the back of the heel here. And usually I'll draw like a little line like that cradles or like comes around the tibia joint here, and that would like accentuate the Achilles tendon right here a little bit. And once this lesson is done, you can visit my Patreon and find the posted video, and I'll have this Photoshop file available for download, free of charge, of course, because all my tutorial videos are free, free for viewing. It's not like you can download the video, but the work file associated with it you can download, and that's a pretty recent feature, and that was thought up by uh, was it a patron or I can't remember now. But it was such a good idea. I was thinking like, why haven't I done that yet before? Why haven't I done that? Anyway, this is me drawing the bottom of the foot, and don't know any general pattern I would follow for drawing the foot here. I guess just watch and learn, perhaps. Ooh, excuse me. Pardon me. And a lot, just like hands, like everyone's hand proportions are going to be different, and especially like there's going to be some differences between males and females, and there is something that I had become aware of when I started to just study more about learning how to draw feet properly, is that I have toes in which, oh shit, we're back in the red again with the whole stream health. I don't know what's going on. What the heck is going on? Um, yeah, I don't know. My bit rate has plummeted drastically. I set it at 1,000, but right now it's at 247. That's crazy. I don't know why. That's not where I set the bit rate at. I put it back at 1,000 because I seem to be having trouble with 1,500. But now it's only wanting to do 200 and whatever. I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, what I noticed is that my my second toe, this one, is longer than my big toe and other the other toes on my feet. And I guess other people have different toes because there are people who have their big toe, which is like the longer toe, which sticks out more than their other toes for them. But I'm drawing my toes. These are more or less my toes that I'm drawing on this foot. Just drawing the bones on the ankle there for the tibula and fibula. I'm drawing the calf. I'm going too in depth with other parts of this body. Drawing the thigh. This is like a figure that's just lying flat on their back. Drawing the bathing suit region. They're wearing a bathing suit. There we go. Just so they're not completely naked. Sweet. Anyway, moving on. Okay. What other? Oh, I guess the top view of the foot, right? Ugh. DC's the general shape. Just drawing like a little circle to indicate the ankle where the foot's connected to, you know. And from the top view here, like I'll just kind of show you that in the toe you only have two joints in your toes, in your toeses. If you have three, then guess that makes you special. I don't know. I don't know if that's a thing. I just know that I have two joints and two bones in my big toe. I'm gonna just draw like little guides of like where the other toes will sprout from. So that's one joint, two joints, and then a third joint for your other toes. Just keeping that in mind for like sketching these other tootsies on this footsie. Yeah, yeah, that's where they go. Yeah, I feel like this is not. Oh, it's at 72. I'm gonna bring that up to 150. Bring it at a higher resolution. Just erase it ever so lightly so I can get in here and throw in some more detail with this foot. This little piggy went to market. And this little piggy, wow, this little piggy, he stayed home. And this little piggy, he had roast beef. And this little piggy, oh, let me tell you, this little piggy went wee, all the way home. The end. Do 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 do. Doobity doo boo 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 boo. Okay, so that's like a little basic thing of how to draw feet, which I've done before, and just like just going over again because some people enjoyed it and some people requested a little more with the drawing of the feet. So for those watching and for those who watch sometime later, if you enjoyed this video, like please hit that like button, subscribe, or both. You know, you don't have to, but it'd be pretty cool if you did. All right, so drew all these feats. Just kind of minimize that and tuck that away in the corner for a little bit. Someone had suggested socks. How do you draw socks? Well, I more or less just a lot like drawing feet, but less in depth. So right now I'm just gonna draw like a basic outline a basic foot. Just kind of sketching the foot in here. But keeping in mind that it's going to be enveloped by a sock. Attach that foot to a leg. Oh shoot. Hold on. I'm bad at announcing my own videos. Sorry for not notifying, but I'm streaming a how-to art right now. It's about feet again, with socks and maybe shoes. There we go. Oh, why don't I turn this on? Unmute. There we go. I've unmuted myself. Wait. Maybe I don't need to announce that. I don't know. Yeah, guess not. Like, if they want to... Oh, shoot. I didn't even drop the link. Ah, man, I'm such an idiot. There we go. There we go. All right, I'm back. Let's finish sketching this socked foot. And as you can see, like I draw little little guidelines for myself where the important parts are, like the ankle, that joint on the ankle where the tibia sticks out. Yeah, I draw these like little guidelines just to keep in mind like where to draw like certain wrinkles or whatever, certain folds. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and lightly erase that just to come in. little more detail. Too much detail there. That's too much. Always beatboxing the same thing, Blackhorse. Can't you beatbox a different tune? No. What do you think I am? Talented? Get out of here. Get on up out of here with my balls. Man, I can't wait for more Rick and Morty. It's like once they release season 3 on Hulu, like I binge watched that thing over and over and over, and even started from the beginning. I got to do some Rick and Morty videos about my theories, about my Rick and Morty theories. Lizendi. Yeah, I always make my knees. Like I kind of keep in mind that I don't know if anyone else does this, but it's something that I've noticed, and it's something that I always draw consistently. Is that I've noticed that? Let me see if I can pull up an image. Okay, there it is. I've kind of noticed that sometimes when I look at someone's knees, like I can't get this image out of my head. It's like I look at somebody's knees, and when they have like perfectly formed knees, it looks like a white owl's face. And so I keep that image in mind, and I always, whenever I'm drawing knees, I always picture this white owl. Here, I think here's a better image. Oh, it's small, but yeah. So when I'm drawing knees, this is what I always mentally have in my mind. So yeah, if you can see that. So just draw a beak here. Get some wings in there. It's an owl. That looks so freaking weird. All right, get out of here. Get out. Go away. No one wants to see you anymore because you freak them out. You saw it, now you can't unsee it. Now you're just going to be like me. Like whenever you see someone's exposed knees, you won't be able to help yourself but see an owl's face. Or sometimes you see the Pillsbury Doughboy. Like depending on the knee, like if it's a fit, toned individual, you'll see an owl's face. But if it's someone who's got a little bit of a chunk to them or slightly portly, like you'll see the face of the Pillsbury Doughboy. But excuse me, I think I heard a voice. I don't know where that voice came from, but it was pretty close. You are welcome, Lizendi. That was one of Johnston Blackhorse's drawing tips for the day. Whenever you are trying to draw knees, you just have to picture an owl's face. Now you'll never unsee it. Oh, you know what? Someone should get like an owl's face just tattooed on their knee. I think it'd be pretty sweet. You know, just imagine it. Like you have like this tattoo of an owl here, which I'm drawing, and you like tattoo the feet standing on a rock or something right there, and then on the rest of the thighs you have like this foresty scene with a mountain, a snow-topped mountain with some clouds. Yeah, you just have this like hyper realistic looking owl tattoo on your knee, and just like taking up the rest of your shin, and it's like a wraparound too. So like at the on the back of your leg, on the back of your shin or your calf is like you see the rest of the owl's body, like with the tail feathers and stuff, just kind of dipping down into your socks or your shoe. That'd be a tough wraparound to wrap your head around. But I'm pretty sure, like, if you found a talented, like, tattoo artist, they could pull it off. But yeah, there you go. Owl tattoo on your leg there. Just gonna go ahead and start drawing the next sock clad. Wait, you know what? I should turn that into a sock, or turn that into leggings or something. Like, who wouldn't want to buy like owl face leggings, which puts like a owl's face on your knees, and maybe I should find a clothing and apparel website that would allow me to design something like that and post it. That's a good idea, Blackhorse. You'll make millions. I'm gonna look that up real quick. Owl leggings. Whoops. Images. There are owl leggings, but nothing to what I have just described. Just a lot of owl print leggings with owl faces and whatever, but nothing specifically as I have just sketched. And if there is, I haven't seen it. Anyway, drawing socks on this owl legging clad individual, this lady. Ruff. 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 Oh, let me slightly erase this just to so I can show you the process, what I do. When drawing the foot from this angle, I like to kind of do this little, somewhat of a triangular, a rounded triangle shape here. And from the top of this rounded triangle shape, I sketch a few lines that go up that go into the rest of the calf a little bit, but not too dark on those details. And just lightly erase some of that and draw the tibula uh, joint here. And since that comes down at that angle, the fibula joint would be here. Just sketch that up. And from the back of the fibula here, that's where I like to do that little arc here that goes into showing me where the arc of that foot is. And this is a salt-clad foot. And that's how I do that. Yeah. Sweet. Sweet. Felt like my voice cracked there a little bit. Hope I'm not getting sick. I better not be getting sick. Ah, hell. It's not like I have anything better to do. Oh, yeah, I do. I got drawings to make all day. Which reminds me, I gotta get back to that guy's character designs after this is done. It's like I did several sketches for his character designs today, but they're just sketches I'm not really happy with. And I think I drew them on what I believe to be resume paper. I have no idea why I have a stack of resume paper amongst my drawing supplies. I think they may have been for my sister. Maybe when she was looking for a job or something. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna draw a bit of a sexy foot, perhaps. I don't know. I hope it's sexy, like for anyone who's into that. And I guess I'll put them in something like stockings. Stockings are sexy, right? I believe they are. I think they are. Okay, well, in drawing a foot at this angle. Oh shit! My stream's health is poor again, so I apologize for any lagging. But okay, so this is the joint on which your foot, your ankle will pivot. So when the foot points down like this, when that happens, of course the heel's going to come up. So when I draw the foot on a just standing there flat, it's let's pretend this is a flat level surface. Just erase this a little bit. Just looking at it at an angle. So more or less, this is like how the foot would be positioned around your ankle joints when the foot's just on a flat surface. But let me go ahead and copy this off to the side here. There we go. But when your ankle's moving around and like pivoting on this joint right here, when the foot points down, the heel's going to come up. So you want to keep that in mind when drawing your characters, doing different poses, especially with their feets, with their footsies, the footsies and the tootsies. And again, like for those who are watching this and those who are watching on a later date, if you want to download this Photoshop file, this work file, it'll be available for free on my Patreon. So look for this specific how to art, and accompanying it will be a downloadable Photoshop file in which you'll find this actual file in which I'm drawing. And again, yes, it will be free because all my tutorials are free to the public. So once you go to my Patreon, find a how to art tutorial, or find this how to art tutorial, and you can download this Photoshop file. And keep in mind, this is a very recent and new feature, and it was suggested by either a frequent guest on my how to art live streams or a patron. I want to say it was a patron. I can't remember now. I'm bad at remembering some of these details. It's like all my memory storage in my brain is used up for just freaking drawing. And I have a hard time remembering names. So, like a word of warning to anyone whom I might meet in the future, be it at just shopping out in the street, or maybe I get a chance to go to a convention of some sort and we meet, and then if we become like pretty good associates, it's going to take me a long time to remember your name. You know, like maybe shoot the 6th or 7th time that we meet or work together. Yeah, it's going to take a while. And even then, like I might just know you from your handle, your pseudonym, or your art name, because I've met Concept Sama. Was it? Yeah. We met once, and we've talked on the phone a couple of times, and I've heard his real name before. I just don't remember it. I just remember him as Concept Sama, which is his name that he utilizes to make his music. And he makes a lot of musical concepts. And I assume that's why it's called Concept Sama. Okay, stockings. I don't know how to draw stockings. I assume somewhat like that. Just do like a few little wrinkles here and there. Bet it would look a lot better, more convincing if just drew in a very uniform tone. And throw in a highlight for good measure. Just to give it that sheen that stockings have. There we go. That's good enough. Give it the good enough stamp of approval. Right here. Poof. Good enough stamp. Right on top of the art. Why'd you have to stamp it there? Oh my God. Fine. Stamp it somewhere else then. Good enough. Yeah. Okay. think we've Lizendi says good enough. Oh, I think that stamp would look even better if it was a GN. Good enough. Got to put the apostrophes in there. There we go. Whoops. I meant to put that joke on a different layer. Poof. Good enough. There we are. All right. Shoes. Oh my God, I hate drawing shoes. Man, why did I agree to draw shoes? Shoes are so lame. Okay. I'm just drawing like the basic makings for a foot. No need to go into too much detail. And I like to start with the tongue of the shoe sometimes, and then bring in the. I don't know what the anatomy of a shoe is. What is this? The cuff, the collar of the shoe? I don't know. Bring those down a little bit. And I'm going to be drawing like I don't know, like the Converse sneakers. There we go. Everyone digs Converse, right? And I like it because it's a very easy shoe to draw. Kiss my Converse. And I got used to drawing Converse sneakers a lot when I started drawing shoes, because one of the characters I would draw a lot of the time, I drew her so much that I could just draw her off the top of my head, was Sakura from Street Fighter. And noticed that she wore Converse sneakers. So that was the shoe I drew a lot of the time. Oh man, don't get me started on friggin' drawing shoelaces. Oh God, why did I agree to this? No, there's so much to shoes that I just don't want to bother with. Leave me alone. Okay, socks. Gonna throw some socks on this character. Calm down, Blackhorse. You don't want to have a fit or nothing. So there we have it. A shoe, which gets the good enough seal of approval. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna get a little more detailed in here. Now with this, I'm gonna start with the little collar of the shoe. Here's the tongue, the other collar, and this is gonna be a little more intricate because they're gonna be sneakers. And like when drawing sneakers, like I had to like go through a lot of like shoe advertisements to get a general idea of how sneakers are designed. Just so when I had to draw sneakers on my own characters, like they would look or seem somewhat realistic, like they could be something that you could come across in your day-to-day life. But anyway, as I was talking, like it's already done. Spent all that time talking, not anyway. As I was saying, here's the little collar for the shoe. There's that tongue. There's the other side of the collar. Then you got these ribbons that come down from the collar. I don't know what they're called. And here at the end here, it's these side bits. These, I don't know, the shoe lapels. I don't know. They'll come toward the tip of the shoe here, but then they'll just kind of curve off to the side. Leaving this area a little bit open, but there's also like some like material here. Sometimes I'll put like little lines on that, or it's like sometimes I'll put the little lines on the tread on the bottom here. But I don't know. Let's see. What do I want to put here? What do I want to put? Gonna put a little smiley face. So that way, when this character has to kick somebody's ass, the shoe's gonna be like, "Nice to meet you, punt." Right in the butt. So I'll put the little tread marks here on the bottom. And on the tread on the sole of the sneaker, like you'll usually have this little arch, like which a lot of the classic shoes and sneakers have. Like you don't really see it on Converse sneakers. It's just this really just straightforward like flat material, like that doesn't accentuate an arch. Sure, like it looks like it curves in here, but that's just to follow the shape of the foot. So if you were to look at this sneaker like flat on from the side, it would just be like this straight line. Whereas for this sneaker here, you would have this little arch there. There's the heel of it, and there's the rest of the sneaker. And then I've noticed on like the sneakers that or the sneakers that I would study, they would have this pattern of material on the heel here, and then just whatever pattern that goes here. Like sometimes it would be like just straight up strips of more material, or it would be like one strip of material with this type of pattern in there. Or it could be with like, guess whatever you want. Something like that. And shoelaces. Oh my God, shoelaces. There's like, this is like why I hate dreading shoes, is just to draw all the intricate lines that go into like drawing realistic shoelaces. Oh geez. But I guess it all depends on how you tie your shoes, you know. So I guess to get into that, let me go ahead and increase the size of this here. I'll lightly come in here and erase what's going on here. All right, shoelaces. Okay, so we got our lace holes at the top here, and that's where that's going to be tied off. And for the lace holes below that one, let's put in 1, 2. Yeah, sorry about that. I hope we're back on now. Like the OBS software is acting up. Like I didn't realize it cut out, so I have no idea where, like where we were at. But Lizendi says, if you hate shoelaces so much, just make them Velcro. I would. Oh, but I'd feel like I'd get ridiculed. Uh, it's like you get ridiculed for wearing Velcro shoelaces, and I feel like I get ridiculed for drawing Velcro shoelaces. uh, the only time I draw like Velcro shoelaces are on younger characters and on the days where I'm feeling particularly lazy. But anyway, okay. So I'm drawing these like guidelines from each hole, you know, just to like keep track of where each shoelace is going to be going. Hey, Skullhead, what's up? What's going on? How's it going? How's it shaking? Shaking. Shaking bacon? Quit shaking that bacon. Oh, Skullhead's stopping by for a minute. And he's going to have to watch this video after. After what? What are you doing? Knock it off. Anyway. Okay. Now, I'm pretty finicky or like picky when it comes to drawing my shoelaces because I like to draw them in a certain way. So like so say this is the right foot of a character. So we're looking outside on his right side. So depending on how I do this, like I usually try to keep it in mind and just do the opposite thing to the opposite shoe. So let's say when this character's laced up his shoes, um, like as he's lacing up his shoes, like say this one shoelace on the right side is always going to be on top. So that's how I'll draw it. It's like I'll usually draw it first, and then the shoe that it overlaps, I'll draw second. So drawing the left side under it, and here again. The shoe that's the part of the lace that's coming out to the right is going to be on top. And under it's going to be the one that's going left as it's coming up. And when it gets to the top here, that's when it goes under and then through that hole, and then just kind of keep that in mind as drawing the other one. And now, drawing the shoelace knot. I like to keep it pretty simple. So like when drawing like a knot for the shoelace or any sort of knot, like I kind of have this heart shape in mind. So think about a heart, you think about that sort of shape, but then I imagine it just kind of like drawing a knot just like this. And then from the sides of that knot, whoops, is where I'll draw the bowstrings coming out. So you have the loop, and then you have the little end of the shoelace just sticking out like that, and you just do that to the other side as well. The loop and then the end of the shoelace. So we come back here, draw the loop, whoops, and then the end of the shoelace somewhere out here, just so long as you can see it. Then on the other side, the loop, and then the end of the shoelace. And there you have it. Look at them kicks. Ready to kick some ass. Yeah. Sweet. Scott says he's been a bit busy, but otherwise going very well. Awesome. Looks like we're experiencing a little bit of lag again. So I think we pretty much covered everything. Went over a basic how to draw feet, and then a little bit of how to draw socks, and how to draw shoes. And maybe I'll go a little more in depth with that later. I don't know. Kind of dreading it, but if you want to leave a comment or suggestion, please, or sorry, I said that all wrong. If you want to leave a suggestion or make a suggestion for next week's how to art tutorial, please leave a comment in the section below, and I will make a video of that topic. And we are in the freaking red again. Like, hold on, give me a second. I'm gonna reboot this OBS. I should only be gone for a brief moment. Let's go, you piece of shit, you mother. All right, come on. Stop screwing with me. Are we back on? Shoot, that didn't help out a bit. All right, I hope we're back on. Okay, experiencing a lot of lag and issues with the OBS software, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do my little spiel at the end, my little outro. So, if you want to support the creation of more videos and tutorials like this and more art content from me, then um, check out my Patreon. The link's in the description below, and I do have a GoFundMe if you're not part of the whole Patreon crowd. And have a autobiographical blog. Check it out. There's a lot of free art content there too. And I'm also a member of DRAP for Affinity Unique Bunny. So if you're a member of any of those websites, then you can feel free to start watching me, start following me. And if you'd like, you can send me a comment, a note, or a message. Just tell me how I'm doing, or give me a suggestion of things to draw, or like a suggestion for a how to art tutorial. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, then click that like button, share it if you'd like, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and yeah, please do that because like I'm always making videos on a weekly basis. These how to art tutorials and my sketchbook tour series. So yeah, do all that good stuff, and that'd be pretty freaking awesome of you. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I shall check y'all later. Sweet! Bye.